So we've seen this file, average 6. I've actually renamed it average 6A if I look at the top of my screen here. Will process nums per line fine, even if there is embedded in the file an empty line. And remember, to process the empty line, we had to put a conditional inside the while. So let's see if this program will process this. And what this is so I have numbers here, but instead of having one number per line as I have here, I have the possibility of having comma separated numbers, multiple numbers per line, and I've done the same thing as previously. I've embedded an empty line in here. So let's run 6A with nums with commas.txt. Okay, so here we go. Now, before I hit enter here, make a prediction. Is this going to work or not? If not, why not? Stop the video and see if you can decide. All right, I'm going to go ahead and run it. Can you see the error there? It's not, as written, prepared to process string separated numbers. Or actually, it's string separated, comma separated, but the whole thing is a string. You see how it's reading the line? This is literally what's in the Python file. A string composed of 1, 2, 3, 4, new line, close quote. All right, so the fix is a new program. So what we do with this new program, it starts very similar in a very similar fashion. We read the first line in. We have a Boolean for the while, just as we did before. We have the if line equals new line and nothing but new line pass. That's to process an empty line. But now, if we have something in the line, what we need to do is to go through and separate it out, and we can do that with one of the string methods, the dot split on the comma method. And so what this will do, as you recall, is it will take the string and it will produce a list, comma separated, where I have string of the first number, comma, string of the second number, comma, string of the first number, etc. And I now have a for loop to process that list. And so for each line, if there are comma separated numbers, all within a string, I process them like this, and I go through for each line, and I do the dot split and make the list, and then I traverse the list, and I take each element in the list, which is still a string, and I eval it, and I add it into the accumulator. I increase the counter, and then I go back and I get the next line, and I repeat. So let's run this now and put nums with commas in. Nums with commas.txt. Try that again. So we have 9 numbers whose sum is 45, and the average of the numbers is 5. And if you look at the file, that definitely makes sense. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 should have an average, plus 9 should have an average of 5. And it deals again with this empty line with the conditional here.